Good morning. Welcome to the Premium Public Video Forecast discussion for Friday, October 17th, 2025. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, CDM number 9. Yes, the winter forecast is on the way. You just saw it. And it will be out on October 27th. And in it, just to kind of give you a little teaser here, it's about 12 pages long, a lot of data for premium members, breaking down all of the forcing parameters that we're going to be studying. The public discussion will be, well, significantly shorter, but it will also provide a lot of good content like storm tracks and stuff like that. So definitely something to look forward to if you're looking to get a true understanding of what this winter is going to be all about, as always, including my very famous and very much loved, at least according to the subscribers, my What Can Go Wrong section. Definitely check out Premium Consulting Membership, only $15 a month. So, hey, it's a great deal. Get out there. Check it out. So, first of all, we have the Johns Hopkins information on the flu, COVID, all that stuff. Data, we're waiting for more data to come in, but the overall theme here is that COVID has flatlined a little bit. The flu and RSV hasn't picked up. Some stomach viruses hanging around. So it is that time of year as all these kids are running around. We're getting ready for Halloween and everything. Just, all those sniffles and stuff. If you are experiencing anything, you're not the only one. As you can see, some of the activity is upticking. So let's talk about the tropics. Not much going on. Very quiet. There is a lot of social media fear-mongering with this disturbance out here. Now look, okay, the model guidance is picking up on something, and there is some very warm waters out here, and it makes sense when we take a look at the MJO in just a moment. But for right now, this tropical wave has shown no development. Certainly active, plenty of convection, not much in the way of any type of circulation or anything of that nature. And it is also running into a good bit of shear here. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not looking at this as being a, hey, this is a major event and we have to watch it and blah, blah, blah. No, this could track right into the Yucatan Peninsula. No impact on the United States, barely develops. It can meander around the Caribbean. It can do all sorts of things. But until we get a low-level circulation established, that we could track and we could see the development of the warm core low and how it interacts with the rest of the atmosphere, we are playing just a lot of guess games here. So for now, until this gets to basically to the south of Hispaniola, which is going to take some time, there's not much really to jump on right now because the model guidance, no matter what model guidance, GFS, European, all of them, they're all producing one solution or another every run, which tells you there's a lot of volatility and there's no reason really to get worried or concerned or anything like that. So, like I said, there's no reason to get worried at this time. Let's talk about the evolution of our weather pattern. And as you know, the SOI is not all that strong, which is typical of a La Nina event, which is not really all that strong. This is not La Nina. These sea surface temperature anomalies are below La Nina threshold. Okay? It lasted for a La Nina threshold for maybe a week. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that it won't bounce back, because it probably will based on the subsurface temperatures, but this is not even a moderately weak La Nina. This is an extremely weak, this is an infant La Nina. This is the type of La Nina that just kind of crawls on the ground and barely bothers anyone. So this is something that's very important. Okay, just keep that in the back of your mind. Very, 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 very weak La Nina. So what we have to look at is the MJO phases, and right now we're marching through phase 2 into phase 3. We're in a favorable period for the MJO for tropical development, and then it goes into towards the end of the month towards phase 3 and 4 and 5, or Eclipse 5. And what that basically tells us is that we're going to feature more of a La Nina-like influence on the subtropical jet stream, but it doesn't have, this is not a very strong signal here, okay, in terms of strength of the MJO influence. So as a result, you're going to get a slightly weaker subtropical jet stream, but the main show is what's going on in the stratosphere. And what we have in the stratosphere, well, we have pockets of stratospheric warming popping up. Remember what I said? QBO, very important. Easterly QBO is in place, and it is rocking all the way down into the base of the stratosphere, so it is in full control. And when you have an easterly QBO, you get a lot of pockets of stratospheric warming taking place, and that is exactly what we're seeing. And seeing some rewarming taking place here. Now, what's happening here, I think I got the right one. Here we are. This is the forecast for the polar vortex, okay? And we're going to focus on 50 millibars, okay? And the reason why I want to show you this is that it's getting warped. It's not very strong, but look at the orientation from west to east here. This is very important for our weather pattern coming up, because what this basically tells me is that we're going to see a redevelopment of the negative EPO, but for now we're in a positive EPO. This is going to amplify the polar jet stream and just send wave after wave marching right through the United States. So this sets up our active weather pattern. We got potential here for a weak negative NAO signal. So you get these low pressure systems marching, but we also have that weak MJO signal. So you combine the two and you kind of work them together, and what you end up with is a very progressive pattern with the potential for these low upper level lows. And you get these low upper level lows to try to pop off, like you're seeing here, right? Like this one on Monday, and you get another one, and then you get another one kind of spinning through. What's happening here is that the polar jet stream's getting tugged northward because the polar vortex is up here. So you're getting this influence of the stratospheric warming here and the polar vortex setting up. This is our future negative EPO, but for now, because of the placement, is a positive EPO because of all of the below normal heights in the Gulf of Alaska, but that's trending towards the Aleutian. So we'll see that trend take place as we head more towards the very end of October and, well, basically Halloween and November. But while that's happening, you're getting the polar jet stream pulling northward, and the base of the trough, because it's a positively tilted trough, is able to cut off these little upper level lows. It's kind of like just pulling it away. And so what you're getting are these not very weak, not very strong upper level lows that are progressive. So they enhance the rainfall, but keep everything moving. So it's a very active pattern, but not one that produces a lot of rain. It just produces a lot of potential for rain. Okay, so you end up with constant threat of showers, but the showers only produce about 1/10 of an inch of rain with each one that passes through. So it doesn't really add up to be a lot, and we need rainfall once again. So that's where we're at with our weather pattern. So currently right now it is very nice, very, very hoodie weather. Got my NYNJPA weather hoodie on. It has, we have temperatures freezing in northwestern New Jersey, pretty close to freezing over the Poconos. Temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 30s over your higher elevations, mid to upper 30s in your suburbs. It's currently 37.6 degrees here in Freehold, which is right about here. And the rest of the regions featuring temperatures in the lower to mid 40s and mid to upper 40s on the immediate coast. So certainly a rather chilly morning, but a quiet one at that with high pressure and control. Let me just take off this overlay of the clouds. There we go. And you can see, no, not much precipitation is around the region until we get all the way to the Great Lakes, which will be our problem by Sunday night. So most of the weekend, it's going to be pretty quiet. And this high pressure system that's going to be shifting to the east is going to support tranquil weather conditions and warmer weather conditions. Not anything unusual, but slightly warmer. Currently right now you can see we have not much in the way of cloud cover over the region. There is our water vapor satellite picture. This feature will minor out. This feature will become more intense as it kind of meanders about and lifts this way. And this feature is what's going to be our future upper level low. Notice the positive tilt here showing up. And that this is the one I'm going to show up. You see how this kind of positive tilt? You see how it's kind of hanging back? That is our future upper level low. So this feature kind of minors out. This ridge passes over. This heads this way. This eventually becomes our upper level low with enhancement of this jet streak, and then marches right across. And so when we see the 500 millibar pattern, there is our ridge axis. Very quiet weekend. Sunday evening, the heights fall. We get strong divergence in diffluence here. There is our upper level low forming. And again, notice, yes, it forms, but it's ready to leave. It's just here for a pit stop and it's out. Goodbye. So it produces a nice little period of rainfall on Monday morning, a few scattered showers lingering in the afternoon, and then it's out. We get this little weak ridge axis here in between shortwave ridge for Monday night into Tuesday morning. Then the heights fall again for Tuesday afternoon, a few isolated showers, another upper level low, another cold front on Wednesday, and then a series of shortwaves move through on Thursday and Friday for a potential for more cold fronts. But again, notice everything's just moving along. So you don't get the potential for drawing up a lot of moisture, or you don't have a chance to develop a good storm. Everything's just moving along. And in terms of the lifting, the best potential for rainfall is really going to be Monday morning with this nice area of lifting here showing up. But again, it doesn't stick around. It just keeps moving. Same thing at 850 millibars. Just keeps on moving. So we're looking at a weather pattern where it's pretty quiet all the way through the weekend. And then here we come Sunday evening. There's the rainfall. Boom. Marching through and looking about a quarter to 3/4 of an inch of rain. So again, most locations, you'll barely notice it because most of the rainfall is going to be occurring when you should be sleeping on Sunday night into Monday morning. And then once you wake up and get ready for the morning rush hour, this is already clearing the coast, and you just have a few lingering showers throughout the day as this whole upper level low lifts through. So let's dive into this forecast for today. High pressure control, we're on the eastern side of the high, which means we got a northerly flow, northwesterly winds around 5 to 15 miles per hour, sometimes gusting up to 20. Temperatures will range from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. Not bad, pretty nice fall day. For tonight into tomorrow morning, high pressures in control, light and variable winds. Look for low temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s over the northern interior, mid 40s along the coast. By tomorrow afternoon, sky cloud cover. Look for high temperatures in the lower to mid 60s over the interior and along the coast, mid to upper 60s along the I-95 corridor. On Sunday morning, we'll start off quiet, but with winds increasing from the south around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Look for low temperatures ranging from the upper 40s to lower 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast. Sunday afternoon, the winds get stronger. Look for them to push towards the 10 to 20 mile per hour range with scattered cloud cover increasing as we go on towards the evening. Look for high temperatures with that nice southerly wind ranging from the upper 60s to lower 70s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s along the I-95 corridor, upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast, and mid to upper 60s on Long Island with more of an influence from the Atlantic Ocean. Sunday night, the rain comes in, and we get a nice little burst of rainfall while you are sleeping. So this is like, let's say, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. periods of rain. By the time you wake up Monday morning, you have a few showers lingering around the region. Look for low temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 50s in your suburbs, upper 50s to lower 60s in your urban areas as that heat holds on a little bit relative. And then Monday afternoon, we still have some lingering showers with the upper level low passing through the region with high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. On Tuesday, we get a little weak trough passing through with scattered cloud cover, mix of sun and clouds, and isolated showers possible. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid 40s over the northern interior, mid to upper 40s along the coast. High temperatures in the lower to mid 60s over the interior and along the coast, mid to upper 60s in your urban areas. On Wednesday, another cold front moves through with scattered showers. Look like mostly in the morning. We have an upper level low to our north, so a few mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated showers hanging around, but the bulk of your rain right now looks like to be on Wednesday morning. Look for low temperatures in the mid to upper 40s over the northern interior, upper 40s to lower 50s in your suburbs, lower to mid 50s in your urban areas. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. So you see these temperatures are pretty seasonable, pretty much dominated by a Pacific air mass that is pretty close to near normal for this time of year. On Thursday, another weak trough passes through, mix of southern clouds, an isolated shower here and there. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid 40s over the northern interior, mid to upper 40s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid lower to mid 50s over the interior, upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. And on Friday, another cold front moves through with scattered showers, but not a washout. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid 40s, high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. That is your forecast discussion for today. Have a wonderful weekend, and as always, stay safe out there. Hi everyone, it's meteorologist Stephen DiMartino, CDM number 9. Winter is coming, and I want you to stay informed, not anxious. Here's how I do that. By sharing early forecasts, real-time storm analysis, and clear explanations. If you want to stay ahead this season, visit NYNJPA Weather. No hype, no issues, just the facts. And as always, stay safe out there.